This is the Russian dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is not America's sweetheart, Davian.
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the bubblegum princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy Jane.
This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
This is Reimi, and this is Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, James J., and it's a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with Reimi.
Yeah.
How are you today?
I'm feeling good today, thank you. Had a night shift yesterday, but I feel good now. Thanks for asking.
Absolutely. And where can we find you event-wise next?
What, sorry?
Where can we find you, where are you wrestling next?
I do wrestling currently in FCF Wrestling, Fight Club Finland Wrestling in Finland.
And what shows do you have coming up? When will you be wrestling next?
Oh, actually, I will wrestle on next Saturday in Sweden. Stockholm Wrestling Promotion. I cannot wait to be there again, soon.
Alright, and where can we find you on social media and your merchandise?
Oh yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Reimi Wrestler, and then also Facebook, but I'm not that much active currently. But you can find me on Instagram, where I'm most active in social media.
And do you have merchandise?
No, unfortunately, I don't have it. I've been always planning to do some merchandise, but yeah, I always forget that. Haha.
Alright, and you don't have to go looking for it. All of the links to all her social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright, you mentioned it. You work for Fight Club Finland. Can you tell us about your relationship with the company?
I've started to train a wrestler in the company since 2017, July, I guess. Then I made my debut 2018 of April. And yeah, that's how it started. I'm still working there, and I enjoy it to work there.
All right. And most recently, you actually wrestled Jessica Love, a big name when it comes to Finland pro wrestling.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
I always look up to her, the style how she wrestled, and I took so much. How do I say it? I learned so much from her, of wrestling. So that's why it was a big honor to work with her, and I actually enjoy it to work with her.
Is that maybe a moment wrestling her, knowing how big she is and what she means to Finnish pro wrestling?
Oh yeah. She used to be a very big name, but I remember she took a short hiatus. Now it's not. She still wrestles good, but it's so sad. I feel like she is very underrated wrestler in Finland. So I wish she would have more bigger opportunity
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you actually won, I believe I'm pronouncing this correct, the Sisu 8 tournament?
Yeah. Season 8, yeah.
Can you tell us about that moment winning that tournament?
Oh, thanks for asking. It was amazing. Yeah. I was surprised to took the victory in a short time because on that time I only wrestled like a year and a half, I guess. So I couldn't believe that I could have gone like that further. But I was so happy, and I still feel like it was the best moment ever in my wrestling career. Like, yeah.
Is that a moment you take in the moment, or is that something that sets in afterwards, like, wow, I did this?
You know, you mean Sisu 8 or
Yes.
in general? Us in Sisu 8. Yeah, actually, yeah. Now, actually, like many years later, now I feel, like just now I feel like, oh, it feels like now I really did this. Like after I thinking a lot about it, that I thought like as the first female winner in Sisu 8, like I feel kind of proud of it, what I've done on that moment. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
But let's talk about the people you wrestled in that tournament. Victor, Regina, and Tony. I believe Regina was actually your first match as well, no?
No, actually, yeah, Regina, yeah. Actually, yeah.
Can you tell us about the matches leading up to winning?
In Sisu 8, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. My God, it has been like 5 years ago. That's a good question. Yeah. Sorry, like my English is not so perfect,
No
so
worries.
it might sound very messy when I talk.
No worries. You can take your time.
Thank you. You know, it was, I honestly didn't expect it to get to the top in Sisu 8, because I really thought that, oh, I'm just gonna be like, second place in Sisu 8, because I really thought myself like, oh, I'm just a runner-up wrestler in FCF or something like that. But yeah, but I couldn't expect it that I took over all of the wrestler. I mean, not all of them, but like the wrestlers in Sisu 8. So, how do I say it? Yeah, it felt so honored to work with all of them, all of the wrestler who attended to Sisu 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned you'll be wrestling in Sweden again. You have wrestled there prior. Can you tell us about that experience?
Oh yeah. The audiences or the crowds in Sweden are so amazing. Like, they get into so quickly, in my opinion.
Is that something you wasn't expecting? Something you like?
Oh yeah, like I couldn't expect it, so that's why I was surprised positively, in a positive way. I mean.
And I believe the last time you wrestled there, you wrestled Dakota Duke.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you tell us about Wrestling Dakota?
Oh yeah, she's still new, that but she listens what we have to do or what when we wrestle, and she has really good attitude, and I was so moved about her story, this what that she told about her, like she used to have strokes a couple times in the last couple years, and so that's why it's so surprised to see her to wrestle actively. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's kind of miracle story for me.
Now, you actually got to train at the Ice Ribbon Dojo in Japan.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I like it. I like Indian. I never made debut or worked there, but it was great experience to see how how do I say, how they say, for example, like the phrase in Japanese, like onegai shimasu, which means like pleasure to meet you, or like, or just like yeah, kind of pleasure to meet you, or like every time when they do some moves, they always say onegai shimasu, and then after they done something move, they always say thank you very much, kind of like that. So I see that they, how do I say it? I can see the way that they respect the ring and the wrestling are so different in Western countries.
I got you.
Yeah.
Onegai shimasu.
Yeah.
Genki desu ka?
Genki desu. Oh yeah.
I know a little bit. Maybe not a conversation yet.
Yeah, that's a good start actually.
Watashi wa James desu.
あ、本当？私はレイミです。よろしくお願いします。
So, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you were half Japanese, half Finnish, correct?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, was that a big moment for you to train in Japan?
Like, yeah, and I feel also privileged because, like, the reason that I was able to speak Japanese, I think it was a big privilege for me, because I actually used to train in Sendai dojo last year, and then one of the wrestler has told me like it's so good that you are able to speak Japanese, because I realize that a lot of wrestlers in Japan don't speak English at all. So they mean like they don't have to stress a lot about like how could they communicate with foreign wrestlers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of, yeah, I think that I felt a big privilege about it, that I can speak Japanese very well to communicate with them.
How did you find yourself training in Ice Ribbon? How did that come about?
Because Jessica Lab used to work there, so that's why I was thinking like, yeah, and that was the like promotion that I know that there's a like big like a female wrestling promotion in Japan. So that's why I took contact to them. Like, can I come to train at your dojo? And and the promoter has answered me like, yeah, you are welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of like, it's not that like, big story, you know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Is wrestling in Japan an aspiration for you?
Yeah. Is it like aspiration, same meaning as inspiration?
Is it something you really want to do?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Like I wanna, yeah. That's kind of my motto, to wrestle there, like at least once. That would be so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's time for Remy's Bizarre Adventure. You're a pro wrestler. You go up and down roads, and
Yeah.
weird, crazy, and bizarre things happen on the road when you are a wrestler.
Oh,
Has something like that happened to you while on the road?
you know, actually in these years, like June, like we went to Sweden to wrestle like couple days in Sweden Rock Festival, and it was kind of roughest tour in my career. And like one of the wrestler who has the most experience to wrestle in like many countries has also said that this is the roughest tour ever. So that's, I think that was it was in the end good, because after I experienced the worst, like they call worst tour, so the other, when I travel like another time, it doesn't feel so bad anymore. But yeah, in Sweden Rock, like it was very nice to wrestle. That's 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 true. But the thing is that like we've been slept for like in tent for like week, and it was freezing as hell every night when I tried to sleep. Like I still remember like I couldn't sleep at all because it was freezing, and in the daytime it was so hot. Like yeah, like it was too hot that I couldn't take a rest, and in the on the night time it was too freezing that I couldn't sleep. So yeah, and in addition that we wrestle and we slept at the tent, it was the way more like worse for our spine or for our back. You know what I mean?
No, I understand.
Yeah, I think that was the like bizarre experience in my wrestling career.
I it's odd that the cold would bother you. Isn't it like always freezing in Finland?
Not always, luckily. Like it just in on the winter it's always freezing. But that time when we were in Sweden, it was in summer, but the nighttime, like it was surprisingly like freezing. Now, of course, but that's because the festival was located in like what is that called in English? In the forest place, like very countryside. So that's why I guess that might be the reason why it was freezing at night.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, you were actually interviewed for a magazine in Finland. Actually
Yeah.
printed.
Oh yeah, actually,
You know, it's one thing to be featured, you know, like on a website, but I feel like it means a little bit more when it's in print, when it's in your hands.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What was that like?
You know, that magazine like is the one of the biggest magazine in Finland. So I was so happy to be featured in that magazine. And it was so weird to see myself, like a lot of picture of myself in that printed magazine. And yeah, and there was like one of the phrase, but I just say it in the interview, and and the phrase was kind of huge. It was very nice to see that. I couldn't expect it that like, oh, I didn't know that like that phrase would have been like meaningful in that chapter or in that article.
All right. Now one thing that always interests me is ring gear. You've wrestled. You currently have, you know, more traditional ring gear, but
Yeah,
you have had. I believe your first ring gear were just jeans and a t-shirt. No?
I guess so. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now you say it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now you mentioned jeans. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the actually long jeans. Was that comfortable to wrestle in? How did that happen? How did that become your first gear?
Ah, it was like we didn't have. I didn't have time to to buy a new gear, if I remember correctly. And we have a like acquaintance who made a costume gear. So I asked her about it, and luckily that gear was very stretchful, so it didn't feel so much like uncomfortable at all. That's how I remember it. But now I remember, like now I'm having a flashback of that gear. Like yeah, it wasn't the best gear that I wore.
You had you transitioned. You went from that to shorts and a t-shirt. Um,
Yeah.
a more hardcore looking.
Oh
What
yeah.
what can you tell us about making that change?
Ah, you know, it would have been looked more, you know, like not gangsta, but more like the street fighter look. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes.
Yeah. But uh, I think on that moment, like I didn't put so much like money effort on on that time, so that's why I was saying, oh, that would be look that would look so good. But you know, one of my like afterward, like uh my wrestling coach has said like, yeah, you know, it was like it looks so horrible as hell, like kind of yeah. That's why I guess that's why he suggested me the next year that I used to wear the green one, but I used to wear that like like a long time. Yeah.
Can you tell us your relationship with I believe I'm pronouncing this correct.
Yeah.
Cativ and Toxic Roxy?
Ah, them. Yeah. Cut and Toxic Roxy. Yeah. Ah, you know, uh, are you asking like in person or in wrestling or you know?
Whatever you'd like to share.
You know, in person we're really good friends. Like I couldn't expect it. Like a couple years ago, like we would have been tag team together. But after we ended up to become a team, I got to know very very well with each other, because that moment I was on hiatus in wrestling because I didn't enjoy to be there at all. Like, yeah. But then after I got to know a lot of about them, like it was very nice to know them, and I really feel like that, yeah, these people care a lot about me. We were actually having a good time. Like, actually we met I met them on last Sunday to having a birthday party of Toxic Roxy. Yeah.
Well, happy belated birthday to Roxy if she's listening.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely an odd mixture, but it does kind of work and click between the three of you, no?
Oh, yeah. Kind of, yeah, unfortunately. I mean, it's not that bad anymore, but I can still see that there are a kind of cliques. But I guess it's very regular in every promotions. Not all of them, but yeah.
Now, you mentioned that you maybe fell out of love with wrestling for a little while. What
Yeah.
brought that on?
You mean like how did I started to like wrestling, or kind of like that?
No, you mentioned taking a hiatus, leaving pro wrestling.
Hiatus. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. I was depressed like a couple years ago. Like, of course there are some COVID have happened, and on the same time I felt like no one, like, I felt very lonely in the promotions, even though I have a boyfriend who is also wrestler. But I guess, yeah, and that times the depression has been very bad, that I couldn't believe it at all. But yeah, I felt so lonely about it, and I think the way I tried to express like how the click can be like dangerous. No, not dangerous, but like it's not very good to having click, or like focusing, like the focusing on like favorite friends in the promotion. It's not very good thing, but it, like, my voice didn't reach it at all. So that's why, yeah, depression and the clicks has been like the biggest reason why I took a hiatus from wrestling.
And what kind of brought you back to pro wrestling?
Like, I was like in hiatus like almost 1 year, and I went to a show to help them again by taking a picture of the show, like, and then, yeah, after I saw people like wrestling, I started to feel like, oh, should I come back again? So yeah, then I came back, I guess, in Northern Queens show. Yeah, that was the show when I came back to wrestle.
You said you helped out by taking pictures. Was that the show the Strangler put his hat on you?
Yeah, not that one actually. I mean, yeah, I took a video of the show, but that has been like 5 years ago.
Okay.
I used to take a picture of the show actually even before before I made the debut also.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
You mentioned your boyfriend is also a wrestler,
Yeah.
Can you tell us what you like and dislike about being a wrestler that also is dating a wrestler?
Having a dating with like wrestler, I guess like having a lot of common. It's very how do I say? It's very good thing, in my opinion. And then, and then especially when you're in the same promotion, you can share thoughts about like, do you like that the promotion, what the way that the promotion is doing, or kind of like that. But the way I dislike, I never I mean, yeah, maybe having a drama, maybe. But of course, it depends on the wrestler how they handle the relationship. But yeah, I think in my opinion, there were a lot of good things dating like wrestler as a wrestler. Yeah.
All right. Now, can you tell us about your love of One Piece?
Oh yeah, it has been like, how do I say? I've been always in love with anime in general, but that series like has been the first anime that I fell in love. Yeah, I'm not sure the story how they tell, and I always love the design how they visualize the characters, which are so different combined to other anime or manga series. Yeah.
What's your favorite arc?
Oh, that's a good question. When I watched that first time, I was kid, and I guess like NES Lobby has been like first time when I watch it, so that is one of my favorite arc ever. Yeah.
I like Water 7 is my all-time favorite.
Really? Yeah.
Yes.
That's also good, right?
Who's your favorite Straw Hat?
Oh, good question. Robin, maybe? Yeah.
I love Robin as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Driller Bark, yes or no?
I think yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Because I like Driller Bark, but
Yeah?
a lot of people they either dislike it or they like it.
Really?
There's no
Really?
really middle grounds about it.
Really? I heard that the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I ask. It's a
Oh, so that's
controversial
why.
subject in the One
Ah,
Piece
I see.
community.
But I guess without that arc, like, how would they know about Brooke? Like, how would Brooke appear?
Right. And I mean,
Yeah.
it had a lot of meaning because
Yeah.
Brooke would be the last Straw Hat we would get for 500 episodes.
Yeah.
Jinbei didn't join until the 700 episodes.
Yeah, like many years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, had a lot of meaning to it.
Yeah.
And it has some of the best jokes as well.
Yeah, I do agree.
You mentioned just loving anime generally.
Yeah.
What other animes are you watching or enjoy?
Oh, I love Kimetsu no Yaiba also. I mean, Demon Slayer. That
Okay.
is one of the best anime, like in the new era. But I personally like also the retro anime, like 20th, 200, I mean, sorry, 20s, 200 years of anime. I guess the style of how they animate and visualize are so, you know, so brilliant to see it. And I also love to watch the 90s anime movies, for example, Akira, Perfect Blue, and yeah, a lot of good movies they have in 90s.
I actually recently watched Perfect Blue for the
Yeah,
first time. It was
yeah,
really good.
it is really good. It's very like it's very uncomfortable to watch, but it's really good.
I mean, that's what a good thriller movie should make you feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you mentioned, Koketsu no Yaba, Demon Slayer.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Favorite arc.
Favorite arc. I guess the entertainment arc has been my favorite.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
I mean, it's literally the best arc.
Yeah, it is. It was. It was.
Right. Um, Now, you was actually in a music video. Can you tell us about that?
Oh yeah, sure. The first music video, I guess it was like Midnight Danger. Yeah, that one. I got there. Like my friend is, is actually the Midnight Danger's friend. So he asked me like, would you like to uh, appear in the music video? I was like, sure, why not? And then I appeared there as a zombie, and it was really nice. But the thing was that I took like 2 hours of sleep before that because I had night shift. So that's why, yeah, it was kind of like very long day and very like uh, not harsh, but like yeah, like very not like yeah, very sleepy day for me. But in the end, it has become really good video. And then second one I used to be it's that oh yeah, Lordy, of course. Like one of my friend used to be uh, as a makeup artist in the band. So she asked me like, would you like to appear? Then I was like, yeah, sure, of course. Then I went there, became also zombie again. Haha. And then yeah, I really enjoy it. Uh, and the recent music video I used to be, it was actually a Finnish heavy metal band named Durantti. And in that music video, I was actually a wrestler. Like I did, I just did the wrestling thing in the music video.
Did that kind of take some pressure off that you wasn't, a character or a zombie, but you could kind of be yourself?
Yeah, I didn't feel pressure. The one thing I felt pressure, like you know, my adrenaline wasn't high at all, because you know, because every time when I wrestle in front of people, I always like I always feel nervous, and so that's why my adrenaline are so high. So when I wrestle, like I don't feel that though when I bump or when I take some moves from the what is that called from other wrestlers. So in the music video, like I felt like when I got hit or when I got some move, it it felt like, especially I took a, what is that called, choke slam, and it felt so hard. I never taken any choke slam, so that's why I, yeah, it was hard, but it was very good result in the end.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's a good segue into the colossal question.
Yeah.
Let's say they're making a movie about you. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would
Yeah.
be the first 3 songs on your movie soundtrack?
Oh my goodness, that's a good question. Now you ask it. I always forget like movie soundtrack. Uh,
Any song you'd like, from
Any-
any artist.
Actually, I guess Demon Slayer soundtrack are very, you know, how do I say it? I can't.
Iconic.
Yeah, iconic, exactly. I think those soundtrack are like the first thing that comes up to my mind. And then, and actually, have you watched the One Piece film Red yet?
Yes.
Those soundtrack are also that came up to my mind, like every song in the movie.
That was a great soundtrack.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember to sing all of that soundtrack in karaoke when I was in Japan.
Alright, one more?
Yeah.
Oh, we have a Demon Slayer, One Piece Red. Can you give us one more?
One more. Actually, maybe Deadpool and Wolverine soundtrack. Maybe. They have really good soundtracks. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely did. Listen,
Yeah.
going from Lisa to the Backstreet Boys
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Idol
Yeah.
to Madonna.
Yeah. A lot of like iconic songs, you know.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
This is sounding like one of the best soundtracks we've ever had.
Really. Good to know.
Now that we have the soundtrack down, everybody
Yeah.
knows you get the soundtrack first, then you write the script, and then
Yeah.
you go to casting. Who
Oh,
plays Reimi? And you can't say yourself because you have to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Oh my goodness. Good question. That's a good question. Maybe actually that song has used to be my entrance song in wrestling like a couple of years ago. It was which is also Japanese band, a Japanese song. The Oral Cigarettes, Hey Kids named song, which has used to be an anime intro in Noragami, which I never seen it before actually.
That would make 2 of us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that song comes to my mind, I guess.
And in the movie, who would play you? Who would be the actress?
Maybe. there's a movie named Silent Voice, and which is also Japanese animated movie. It's not like that main character. I don't say like, oh, that's literally me, but I felt like I kind of feel that character. Like I understand how does that feel. That's how I can say it.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
So this movie is going to be anime.
Yeah, a lot of anime. Yeah.
I dig it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, every movie has a supporting cast.
Oh yeah.
Who would be three people with deep meaning to you that would be in your movie?
Oh my goodness. That's a good question. Oh. There are a lot of movies, like, you know.
I mean, it's people in your life that has meaning to you.
Yeah, of course. Well, for example, like my boyfriend, yeah, I guess that would be like definitely a support casting.
Okay.
In my personal movie. And then also, not the specific ones, but I guess I personally like drag queens also, so they might have be support casting also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then,
no.
Is there more?
One more at least.
One more, I guess. I guess. Well, he's not the like actor, but RuPaul maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's sounding like a great movie, a blockbuster to say the least, and you could pre-order the tickets now.
Oh.
Now, onto a controversial subject. Pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
Oh my god. Why not? You know? Yeah.
Okay, so you like pineapple on pizza?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't mind. Like, but I'm not gonna say like, oh, I hate it if there's pineapple on pizza. You know.
I understand.
That's also, yeah.
All right. What's your spirit Pokemon?
Oh. Maybe. Oh my God! Like the names in English are so different. Like because I only remember in Japanese. But I guess the Pokemon which looks like a turtle.
Squirtle.
Yeah, that one. I guess that one maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and then other. What is that called? The color must be like red and kind of turquoise green. What is that called? Deoxys or
Deoxys.
Deoxys, yeah. Yeah, that one also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, weirdest question you'll be asked on a wrestling interview, hopefully.
Yeah.
Would you wrestle a Rock, not Dwayne Johnson, a real Rock?
No.
just for context, there's a wrestler named Psycho Mike that did
Yeah.
wrestle a Rock for over 15 minutes in
Really?
a Tungsten Man match. That's an
Oh,
Iron
really?
Man match that lasts for 2 weeks.
Yeah. I see.
On a more serious note, where do you
Yeah.
see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. In wrestling or in general, or like both of them.
However you want to answer it.
Mm, maybe. I mean, I wish this will happen, but maybe wrestling Japan or like wrestling like more foreign countries. And I actually graduated as graphic designer, so I wish to see myself to work in the as a graphic designer in 5 years in the future.
Are we going to see Reimi make some animes?
Oh, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
And now, what is a match that you've been in that you would like people to see of yours?
Maybe. Well, of course, like me and Jessica Love's match, and then what is it? Sisu 8 final round, which was me versus Viktor Tykki.
Can we find those on YouTube?
Oh yeah, definitely. Both matches you can find it if you search by like FCF Wrestling in YouTube. So I bet you can find it.
Okay.
And me and Jessica match were actually basically in Ropicon named event. So if you search Ropicon FCF Wrestling 2024, so I guess you can find it.
Okay, so it's you have to look through the full show to get to the match.
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah.
single match.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, if they are indeed on YouTube, I will find them and I will put a link to the video, a link to it in the video, in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox for anybody that hasn't seen it, wants to see it, wants to re-see it after this interview.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom.
Yeah.
This is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Greatest wrestler of all time.
Oh my goodness. Rhea Ripley.
Worst wrestler.
Worst wrestler. My God. Oh my goodness. That's worst question. Who is it? Maybe I don't remember that name. It was a female wrestler with a massive body in WWE.
Nia Jax.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Not worse, but like maybe overrated in my
gotcha.
point of view. Yeah.
Your main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
Oh my goodness. Maybe Asuka.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
Oh my goodness. Maybe I don't remember the name of the wrestler, but she used to came as a song name. What is that called? All the things she said by Tapu.
Oh, all the things she said by Tattoo, Victoria's
Tattoo, yeah. Maybe, yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's what. Yeah, and the other one is actually Heidi Katrina's entrance song. Yeah, that would be so cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is...
Kayfabe is important or like everything, you know.
We would have also accepted taste great on toast. Squash. Is it a fruit or a vegetable?
What was the first thing you said? Screw or
a squash?
A squash?
Yes.
Yeah. And the rest of the sentence you said.
Is it a vegetable or is it a fruit?
Ah! It sounds very vegetable, so vegetables for me.
It's a fruit.
I really?
Yes.
Really?
It has seeds. So it's classified as a fruit.
Really?
Yes. New Japan wrestler Taichi. His ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question: what is the appropriate trunks? What's the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear? Or how much butt cheek should show in ring gear?
Oh. Haha, all of them. No, I can't be kidding. Maybe like half of them, maybe. Yeah. Hide all of them, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the last question, the main event,
Yeah.
the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
Sorry, could you say that? Could you ask that question again?
Yes. Have you ever talked to somebody, a stranger, in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
No, I haven't.
And that's the correct answer.
Oh, really?
And that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
For inviting me.
Absolutely. And once again, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram, where I'm the most active, and then you can find me on Facebook also, and actually in the X, which is also in Twitter. But Instagram is the most active social media what I use currently.
Okay. And you don't have to go looking for it. All of the links to all her social media will be in the description of the video below, both on YouTube and Castbox. Simply click the link, a new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. Give her a damn follow.
Thank you.
And of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, both on YouTube and Castbox. This was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us next Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at Wrestling with Eve on X, Thread, and Instagram. Follow me personally at JamesJ997. Alright, when I say wrestling with, you say entertainment, okay?
Yes.
For our special guest Reimi, Calico Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with
Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.